Scenario question. In a fast-paced banking environment, a notary public is asked to notarize a large stack of documents by the end of the day. The documents include loan agreements for various customers, but the notary is unsure whether all of the signers have personally appeared in front of them. Due to time constraints, the notary considers using the bank's internal automation tool to confirm the signers' identities remotely without requiring their physical or virtual presence. The notary reasons that since the signers are regular bank customers, it should be fine to proceed without physical or electronic appearance. Question: what should the notary do in this situation to ensure compliance with New York's notarial laws? To help us answer this question, let's have a look at section 182.3 found in the Notary Public License Law booklet entitled Requirements for Notaries, and it states here under subsection A, all notaries public who wish to perform notarial acts in New York State must 1. Satisfy the requirements of section 130 and 131 of the Executive Law. 2. Obtain satisfactory evidence of the identity of any principal or other individual appearing before the notary in a manner authorized by this part. And 3. Require the personal appearance of all parties to any transaction for which notarial act is required for the duration of any such transaction, except acts performed as authorized and in conformity with this part and section 135-C of the Executive Law, unless a law expressly excludes such authorization. Section 135-C is the law dealing with electronic notarizations, and there are all sorts of requirements in that section for what is required when performing an electronic notarization. So with this in mind, let's have a look at our 4 choices to determine the solution. Choice A states, proceed with notarizing the documents using the bank's internal automation tool since the signers are known to the bank. Well, this is incorrect because the notary public is not allowed to use the bank's internal automation tool. In fact, the notary public must either have the parties appear before the notary or appear electronically in the manner authorized by the law. The bank's internal automation tool is not considered a manner authorized by the law, and therefore choice A is not the correct solution. Choice B states, decline to notarize any documents until each signer personally appears before the notary, either in person or through an approved electronic notarization method. Well, as I just said, this is precisely what the law states, but before we mark it as the correct solution, let's have a look at choices C and D just to be sure. Choice C states, complete the notarizations using the automation tool, but note in the records that the signers were not physically present. This is also incorrect because noting it in the records does not take away from the fact that the notary public is not allowed to complete the notarizations using the automation tool, as I explained before, and therefore choice C is not the correct solution. And finally, choice D states, have a bank officer confirm the identities of the signers on behalf of the notary and proceed with notarizing the documents. This is also incorrect. The notary public must confirm the identities, not the bank officer, and therefore choice D is not the correct solution, which indeed leaves choice B, decline to notarize any documents until each signer personally appears before the notary, either in person or through an approved electronic notarization method, as the correct solution.